right? That's all one file she does, recording up to Candace's name.
Yes.
So,
Oh, you mean on the tape, the recorder? Oh, okay. I thought you meant on the YouTube. Okay, yes, on the recorder. Yeah, I can shut it. Yeah.
I'm just talking about me having to listen to them. Are y'all misbehaving over there?
They all cheating.
Not me.
Not me. 40.
It's not if I put it, I try to put it on me.
Okay. The stream is up.
And can you see Richard?
Yes, I can.
Right here, we'll sit it down the side of the girl. I don't need that slide, someone can get through. And a lot would be made for you to say.
That correspondence she was gonna give me. Me? Elizabeth.
Oh, I'm sorry. I put it on your table.
Hi, how are you?
Richard, Glenda.
Hey, Bill.
Hi, how are you, Bill? Everything good?
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I had my other stuff.
Is Amber leaving?
No, she had to go grab lunch for everybody. Because they all,
You won't.
she went to go grab lunch for Melanie and them because they haven't eaten. And
Wherever you don't fit. Was it 3 you're doing? 3, Democracy, North Carolina,
I
Disability,
took
and
one
Wheels?
of this. And I was
Yeah,
thinking
okay.
6:30, because that's when the phone goes to the forgot it's 5:30. That's all one of these.
well, you know what? Yeah.
Without a PowerPoint. that's good.
Well, she's.
Oh, okay.
How many hours did you have?
13 pages.
All right.
Write me something, then we'll put it.
22 and 49, which is 73. Let's see what else. And then 1,065.
Total 1,065?
Well, total 1,000, a little over 1,100.
Okay. That's a little less than we had last week.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. You were well?
Yeah.
That was good.
I do want to wash my hands. I think I told what you wanted. That's the total number, so that's how many pages it would be with the precinct numbers. Now that also includes people who have voted, so, yes.
So I think that right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How are you?
Hi, how are you?
About these additional things that I
I
need
am
to
just,
discuss with them.
Okay, is there anything else that I need to get? Good enough for you?
Bill Case.
Nice to meet you. Have a good night. Fabulous.
Did you want to speak?
I don't think so. If it's, and we have an opportunity, that'd be great.
Before we start with public comment.
Oh, well, I don't need to say anything then. I might have questions at the end. That's what I was wondering about.
You're gonna get on this thing. Yeah, for some reason. I don't know why. That's what it is.
So I think last time we worked to get Richard in, and I think we missed Susan.
Sign up sheet, or signing sheet.
So do you think we should move this table in a little bit more here?
This one? Well, we could, probably do it by pulling it this way.
Right, I'm just thinking bring it in,
Yeah. Oh,
like this way. We missed Susan last time. You know how we worked to get Richard in?
Well, Elizabeth, we're violating 6 feet by getting you all close together. As long as they can hear them, I don't see the big deal in seeing people, but that's up to y'all if they will just identify themselves.
did anybody give us a hard time about it last time?
No, she's just trying to be equally fair. Yeah.
So we worked to get, Richard in, and
That's my public demands.
the public's demanding to see everyone. So I was just thinking, if we just turn the tables more like a view, I don't think that's gonna affect the distance. We don't have, I don't have 6 foot between me and.
We still have this, it's just swiveling it, so we should be all right.
You have you here. You represent-
I didn't have it right.
They may not see me very well, but
Yes.
it's okay.
there you go, Sheila.
Lots of interesting things. But FAQ is, I assume, are we gonna do that or?
Do we have any list of questions that have been asked on a repeated basis that I could address?
I don't.
Okay. So do you think it would be appropriate just to do people write in with questions to the board?
Okay, I did not understand that. I thought you had questions you wanted to address. so that's-
No, I was just wondering because, we seem to, I believe, get feedback. And I figured that if we looked at that feedback,
How are you?
wonderful, probably a lot of the same, and we could address that.
Well, we moved you over a
I
little
have
bit
several
because
questions if you want to
apparently
address them at
we're
the time.
not
Okay,
visible
I've got a lot of
last time, so
things that the board needs to,
we swiveled the table.
Yeah.
so that I can be more, but I was gonna put it at the.
They wanna see everyone.
okay. We'll wing it. And I do think that if it's board questions, we'll wait till the end. There's not
Okay.
public questions during the voting process.
I have a question. We have the voting box outside, but we're not allowed to use that this year, right?
Not for.
Never been, and this is the first time we have a Dropbox, it's caused of COVID, and we've never been able to accept any ballot.
Would we have used
Anyway,
it,
except mail or,
would we have used it had there not been COVID?
no. No.
Hello.
So it's, what's the purpose of it?
The purpose of it is for COVID people, because we couldn't let people come in if they wanted to do something to do with it. None of the law is written to be able to do something with Dropbox.
I understand. I'm just curious why it's there at all.
Campaign finance reports, no, or not, can't be used there.
Registration form.
Okay.
Powers and authorities which
Got
are
it.
or may be established for the government thereof, that I will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, that I will honestly discharge the duties of that envelope opener for the general election held in
Well,
North
it's a sort
Carolina,
of
on the 3rd day of November.
Just use it as a public comment
I
if you want,
fairly honest and
That's
honestly
what-
tabulate the votes cast in this election. So
if we wanted to.
just so you
I
know.
don't know if that.
I was just curious myself. Craig, hello.
Now,
Hey, man, how are you? Good.
the last two times we've overlooked, not perfect. So
All
they
right.
have that, how you use it.
Yeah.
Don't rush the day.
That's why, well, that's why.
Change
you
my
know,
rhythm.
we just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, please.
Would you like to?
Yeah, go ahead and open it.
Mrs. Clendenin, when would be the appropriate time? Like, I think that if I call a roll call vote to the members and ask them to raise their hands. Would I do that
Oh, I'm
after
standing right in front of the camera.
Stage on the
Are you asking for a roll call for attendance or for a vote?
just for attendance
I would do it as again,
after the call.
after the call.
Linda, I'm gonna have June sit back here and monitor. June,
Okay.
okay, come on back here, June. So basically, I just want you to make sure that everything is streaming. If anything happens, just let us know, but you're just basically monitoring this live stream, okay?
June, when you're looking at the screen, can you see all of the board members or are we cutting Susan off?
Yes, we're cutting Susan off. I
Yes.
see Mr. Ashton.
Feel like, you know, we need to put her in the middle?
No, I'm fine. Just tell them I'm here. Have we done an audio check?
We did earlier. Oh, well, it's not turned on. I'm glad you did that.
We're live, I think.
There. Well, I think we have the option.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Mangrum, Chair of the Moore County Board of Elections, and I now call this meeting to order. Now I'm going to call the roll of members. Would members please raise your hands to identify yourself when I call your name? Susan Adams? Here. Richard Ashton?
Here.
Bill Case?
I'm here.
And Mr. Craig Kennedy?
Here.
Thank you. Mr. Kennedy, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We begin each meeting with a public comment period because the board is committed to providing an opportunity for the public to offer comments and suggestions. The public's feedback is important to us, and we hope to be able to work constructively with the public to always improve the election process. Our complete public comment policy is posted on our website for your review, but this afternoon, I just want to briefly summarize our policy for members of the public. The public comment period will be held at the beginning of each of our scheduled meetings and will be limited to a maximum of 15 minutes. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to make their remarks. A member of the staff will let you know when your time has expired. If you would like to speak or provide a written comment, please register in person at either the front office when you enter or at the sign-in sheet presented at the door of the meeting room. Registration form will be available 30 minutes prior to each meeting. If we are conducting a telephonic meeting, please notify the board by email at least 3 hours prior to the start of the meeting and include your name and address in the email request and the topic on which you wish to speak. Speakers who wish to have their comments included in the official record shall provide a copy before the meeting to the director and you could do so when you email your request to speak. Speakers will be called upon in the order in which we receive their request, and when called upon, we ask that you please begin by stating your name and address for the record. Public comment is not intended to require the board to answer questions. However, it is important to the board that we encourage positive and constructive interactions with the public. A board member may ask for clarification of the speaker's goals to direct their concern to the appropriate staff member for resolution. Action on items brought up during public comment period will be at the discretion of the board. And we do appreciate your feedback. So having reviewed our public comment policy this afternoon, Mrs. Clendenin, has anyone signed up to speak?
No, they have not.
Okay. Hearing none, I would like to remind all board members of their duty and responsibility to avoid conflicts of interest or even the appearance thereof. Having reviewed today's agenda, does any board member have a conflict of interest with any item before the board this afternoon?
Do not.
I do not.
Excellent. Hearing none, Mrs. Clendenin, would you please present the roster of persons helping with this meeting this afternoon?
Yes, this afternoon we have again with us Diane Wyatt, Gracie Bonds, Diane Chisholm, June Chavis, and we are adding Karen Salyer this afternoon. She's going to be opening our envelopes for you. And we do have a limited duplication team available tonight, this afternoon. As you know, our staff is out setting up one-stop sites, so we're missing quite a few. Now, Carrie has already taken the security lid off the M100. If you would, please open the side doors and let them see that it is empty. And then I'll ask that each board member go up and let's check that number. And Mr. Kennedy, would you fill out the long for us? What's our beginning number?
5090, 5,090.
And that was the last number when you left this building, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
I remember. I see things.
Thank you. Will you please review the latest number memos 2020-30?
That was sent to y'all last night, and then there has been some comments overnight. If you read those this morning, I forwarded to you. And Annie, could you print, does board want to go item by item over it?
Well, I have that it's four main things, four main topics. I think we could probably just discuss them.
If you could get me a copy, because I don't have a copy.
Okay, what was the number again?
20, just yesterday. Yeah,
It's pretty long.
it is. It's 7 or 8 pages. But I did, as y'all saw, send it to the county manager as well as the sheriff. And I have spoken with the chief deputy this morning. The sheriff is in Greensboro today at a meeting, but they are sharing it. They have been meeting with the local municipal authorities, with the officers. And so they are sharing that with them by end of day today and are discussing it. And we did have a question by or a statement made to me yesterday by the Democratic Party chair concerning weapons. And so I sent you some more things just right before you came today on weapons. And basically, North Carolina is an open carry state. So if you're on school property that they're not allowed, that policy still stays the same. But as a Board of Elections, we have no authority to adopt any ordinance concerning guns, and that comes from the state board. That's not our job. If the building we're in normally does not allow them, then we are to go along with the policy of the owners of the building. But if you're in a building that allows it, then we have no control over guns on election day.
So the memo 2020-30 begins by speaking about conduct at the polls. And the main gist of the memo was that all voters should feel safe and free from intimidation and harassment when they go to vote. State and federal laws make it a crime for a person or a group of people to hinder access, harass others, distribute campaign literature, place political advertising, solicit votes, or otherwise engage in electioneering activity in the buffer zone around each voting site. The penalty can include both prison time, a fine, or both. It's the duty and the responsibility of the chief judge at each voting location to maintain a safe and orderly polling site. Local law enforcement will be contacted as soon as a situation arises that could escalate or at any time that there's reasonable concern for an individual's safety. So the directive is that if something happens at a polling site that creates intimidation or harassment, then the chief judge should be notified. And at that time, if the chief judge can control the situation, that's fine. But if it's not in control, the instructions are to call local law enforcement. So in regards to the memo going out with the sheriff, he was provided with this memo, and we've asked that it be sent to the municipalities. So Mrs. Clendenin is saying that he had said that they are working with local municipalities to understand the proper conduct at the polls and the policies and procedures for the chief judge and people or members of the public who are at a polling site, because we want everybody to be free of harassment and intimidation and have free access to the polls.
And our site managers also, beginning Thursday, will have that same position, will be given this in review prior to the opening of the polls on Thursday morning.
So the second item that was discussed in the memorandum was COVID-19 measures and how our staff, elections workers, poll observers, if we have inside poll observers, they must wear masks and personal protective equipment. Hand sanitizer will be offered upon arrival, and again, when you depart, you'll be given a single-use pen to mark your ballot, and I believe each polling booth will be disinfected between users.
That is correct. Right now, at this point in time, we have no pens.
Okay. So everybody might want to bring their own pen.
So we have today ordered additional pens. I thought they came a gross of 144 to a box. It was told today it was 60 to a box. So we have ordered 12 more boxes just to get us by. It's supposed to have been in Chicago last week on a Chinese air freight. So I don't know where it is. I have not been able to track it through FedEx at this time.
So all voters are going to be encouraged to wear a mask inside the polling place, and we will offer one when they present themselves to vote. If a voter has an exemption to wearing a mask, they can vote curbside if they are willing to sign the affidavit saying that they have an exemption to wearing the mask. No one will be denied the right to vote because they're not wearing a face covering at the polls. But it would be nice if we could all respect each other and take care of each other as a community. Poll observers will be at the polling places. They are appointed by political parties, and if you need details on appointments, you can find that at General Statute 163-45. But in general, the rules are poll observers can observe, they can take notes, they can't talk, they can't take pictures, they can't violate someone's privacy by looking in on their ballots. They cannot provide assistance to voters. They're not allowed to get inside of a vehicle and curbside. And they serve in shifts of 4 hours. You can choose to leave before your shift is over, but it's a general policy that you cannot be replaced until that shift time period is up and it's time for the new person to come in. There might be other people at the polls. Anyone has the right to watch or monitor the election outside the voting enclosure, which also includes the 50-foot buffer zone. No one, including poll watchers, no one other than people exercising the right to vote may enter the buffer zone or the voting enclosure. Physical distancing will be required at the polls with line monitors inside and out to try to maintain the 6-foot distancing between voters. And something that may need to be discussed is hopefully we can space electioneers 6 feet from where the voters will be, so that that might create a little safer situation for the voters. So I think that that summarized the memorandum. Was there anything else that you had to,
I think that's,
okay?
and of course, as with most of these memorandum, the more you read them, the more you, or at least the more I see, but anyway.
So does anybody have anything to discuss about memo 2020-30?
I'm curious on the early voting sites. Do we have a good understanding of which sites would not allow guns within the premises, firearms?
Well, we've got the, I don't know what their policies are, but they're government buildings, and I would think that, like the recreation center and the community centers, I would think that they would, but I don't know. But we should find out. I mean, but we've got, you know,
Since we're
all
starting
community
Thursday
centers.
with open voting, we ought to have a good handle on that.
Wednesday. Yep.
Tomorrow's- I think it's Thursday.
15th.
Okay.
I know at Pinehurst, Pinehurst tried to control, you know, the weapons. And this was a couple of years ago. And we received a legal opinion that we did not have the authority. And then later on, the state assembly indicated that the local jurisdictions couldn't do it, couldn't establish gun control.
So
I would think that there'll be
I
a
don't know
riparian
if the
side.
county has a policy, but I don't.
But once again, I think what Richard might be also alluding to is that the concealed weapon is a different thing than an open carry.
Yes, that's
So
true, yeah.
I know more, the county property says no concealed weapons, but if somebody came in here with a gun, I can't do a thing about it as long as it's open carry, so. But I'm like you, Elizabeth, they are all public buildings, so.
Well, to be continued, I'm sure. So, Mrs. Clendon, can you give us an update on Pinecrest High School? Have you had a chance to go back
I
there?
went back again. Angela has not had a chance to go down there and look at it. But I went back again, and I think for the parking and the access of the voter, it will certainly be a shorter distance and work well
For the
for the
cafeteria?
cafeteria.
Okay. Do we need to decide on, as a board to vote in the cafeteria?
Yes.
All right, well then I move to I move to vote on election day in the Pinecrest High School cafeteria.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to vote in the Pinecrest High School cafeteria. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? So the motion passes unanimously to vote at the Pinecrest High School cafeteria.
And for the record, that was a motion by Elizabeth, seconded by Bill. Is that correct? And then it was a unanimous decision on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
So I believe we're now ready to consider absentee ballots. We will begin with ballots that have been received and approved by our staff and the director. We will call out each of these ballots to match them with the physical list that we have in our hands. And also verify that each will periodically randomly check 5 ballots per board member as we go through them to confirm that they are approved.
And Madam Chairman, to that end, I move that we permit the staff to count and tabulate these ballots as we work through them.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve the ballots as they are checked off. Does anybody have any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So the motion passes unanimously to approve these ballots as we check them off and enter them.
Madam Chairman, is it my imagination or are there less today than there have been?
I think there are less. Do we know how many we're reviewing today?
A little over 1,100.
Okay.
1,136. If my math is right.
Okay.
Want me to do it?
Sure, I can't see, or I would do it.
Thank you.
Can't see.
Oh, do we have a list here?
You don't have glasses or what? That's a long story. Okay.
So we should be starting with number 8.
Yes.
And that should be right here. Okay. I'll hand you these and we'll go.
Can I just make a suggestion?
Sure.
That maybe for time, you just flip through there instead of having each one next time. I mean, I'm just saying. Whatever's easiest.
All right, let me get reoriented here. Our letters are.
Thank you.
Okay, good. All right, this is from the first batch here. And these are the civilian ballots. First one is 3.
Oh, no, wait, it's civilian.
Oh, civilian 8. Thank you.
And I don't.
Civilian 38. 39. 44. 46. 47. 69. 79. Up to 150. 151. 182. 184. 188. 192. 197. 198. 210. 211. 220. 228. 239. 257. 303. 307. 320. 349. 352. 361. 396. 397. 414. 421. 423. 452. 469. 502. 514. 515. 547. 558. 603. 605. 610. 613. And 614. 616.
Let me look at that last one. The last one.
616.
Yeah, 16.
You know, I've got 652, and I will check that as part of my allotment. Looks fine. Thank you. I need a little. 661, 664, 665, 679, 717, 732, 735, 746, 759, 772, 779, 780, 781, 788, 806, 807, 853, 870, 72, 889, 899, to 922, 924, 943, 944, 966, 984, 996, 1020, 1021, 1032, 1041, 1066, 1106, 1108, 1112, 1115, 1118, 1121. 1123, 1164. Sorry, I missed 1139 after 1123, and then 1164. 1166, 1167, 1168. Thank you, Ms. Adams. $11.75, $11.78, $11.79, $11.89, $11.99, $12.13, $12.17, $12.39, $12.41, $12.42, $12.61, $12.90, $13.32, $13.45, $13.62, $13.65, $13.67, $13.68, $13.80, $13.89, $14.77, $14.79, $14.98, $15.31, $15.47, $15.49, $15.56, $15.58, $59, $15.62, $15.76, $16.32, $16.33, $16.45, $16.61, $16.82, $16.83, $16.87, $16.98, $17.16, $17.22, $17.40, $17.50, $7.51, $17.58, $17.59. $17.60, $17.62.
May I see 1661, please?
$17.62
Six-
or $17.61?
1661.
1661.
This is random, I'll take something else.
Yeah, Charlie, sorry. Hey, Angela.
It just sounded good to me. That was fine. Good.
All right. 1766, 1767, 1765, 1786, 1787, 1796, 1802, 1852, 1866, 1922, 1938, 1970.
Okay, now we got this back to 10,000, and you've got to go over many pages, and they are working on it.
Okay,
So I can tell you.
your next number, you're okay, we gotta skip.
You gotta go all the way over to page. Probably.
Page 5.
5.
Is your next number 2007?
It is.
It's page 5.
2007, 2046, 2116, 2152, 2160, 2161, 2190, 2222, 2225, 2247, 2250, 2251, 2262, 2264, 2265, 2277, 2290, 2295, 2323, 2328, 2338, 2342, 2370, 2377, 2411, 2434, 2437, 2460, 2463, and then 64, 2470, 72, 74, 2475, 77, 2480, 2482, and 2485.
Let me look at 85.
Randomly out for me to- I don't have a special one. So I looked at 1866 and it looks
And that one,
great. Thank you.
What did you look at, Elizabeth?
1866.
Thank you, ma'am.
So next is 2487, 2488, 2497, 2513, 2514, 2531, 2538, 2564, 2593, 2619, 2661, 2667, 2675, 2695, 2709, 2718, 2734, 2735, 2764, 2796. I will look at that as a randomly, and that looks fine. 2806, 2829, 2830, 2869, 2881, 82, 2900, 2910, 2923, 2930, 2932, 2971, 2984, 3018, 3021, 3046, 3076, 3086, 3104, 3107, 3130, 3131, 3146, 3194, 3195, 3202, 3212, 3229, and 3237. Three two three eight, 3244, 3245, 3253, 3265, 3284, 3295, 3308, 3319, 33. Let's start that over. 3338, 3341, 3347, 48, 3359, 3366, 3367, 3384, 3403, 08, 3415, 3457, 3480, 3494, 3499. 3504, 3506, 3554, 3563, 3583, 3608, 3617, 3620, 3623, 3660, 3667, 3676, 3679, 3693, 3724, 3724, 3726, 3729, 3731, 3735, 37. There's also 3734 and then 3735, 3752, 3759, 3776. Three eight two eight, 3861, 3874, 3877.
That's 3877.
Three eight nine four, 3836, 3911, 3925, 3966, 3987, 4011, 4038, 4064, 4067, 4074, 75, 76, 4132, 33, 34, 34. 4134 is sales. Okay. 4142, 4145, 4147, 4190, 4203, 4206, 4210, 4216, 4295, 4296, 4301, 4333, 4345, 4347, 4351, 4355, 4375, 4379, 80, 4398, 4420, 4428, 4464, 4471, 4509, 4512, 4518, 4543, 4566. Moving right along. Forty-five 88, 4597, 4598, 4612, 4667, 4677, 4698, 4699, 4715, and 60, 4728, 4756, 757 that is, 4763, 4783, 4784, 85, and 86. 4814, 4816, 4838, 4840, 42, 48.
Sorry, we're waiting for the last one.
Last one was 4842. Yes. Okay. Then I get 4864, 4879, 4888, 4901, 4936, 4978, 4989, 4990, 5007, 5011, 5012, 5060, 5077, and 78. 5089, 5096, 5100, 5119, 5124, 5152, 53, 5225, 52.
Don't check that one.
5287.
So what?
Well, I need to go to, thankfully, it's here to assist. 5312, 5317. Fifty-three 68, 5409, 5456, 5461, 5505, 5524, 5528, 5530, 5538, 5553, 5579, 5588, 5593, I'm gonna check that one. It's fine. 5594, 5595, 5615, 5667, 5738, 5752, 5755, 5766, 67, 5774, 5778, 5780, 5788, 5804, 5805, 5856, 5869, 5871, 5184, sorry, 5884, 5886, 5902, 5910, 5920, 5928, 5939, 5945, and 46, 5949, 5950, 5977, 5979, 5986, and 87, 5992, and 5994. Okay. 5999, 6005, 6016, 6017, 6029. 69. Say that again. Can't read it.
60-33.
Okay. 60-38 and 39 and 40. 61-24, 61-51, 61-53, 54, 61-80, 62-40, 62-67. 62-68, 62-83, 63-01, 63-31, 63-38, 63-44, 63-53, 63-58, 63-68, 63-95, 64-04, 64-36, 64-37, 64-70, 64-75, and 77, 65, 21, 65, 27, 65, 37, 65, 66, 65, 78, 65, 80, 65, 85, 65, 86, 65, 91, 65, 93, 66, 10. 66, 43, 66, 87, 67, 90, or sorry, 66, 90, and 91, 6700, 6701. Let me look at 6701. We're at 6702, 6730, 6733, 6738, 6748.
Is that 6733? Because that's what happened.
6733. So you want it? Or did I not read it?
No, the next. After.
Oh, there is one top. All right, 6736, and then 6738. 6740. 6751, 6768, 6776, 6786, 6799, 6817, 6820, and 21, 6830, 6843, 6866, 6878, 6891, 6898, 6925, 6928, and 29, 6932, 6945, 6972, 6996, 7016, 7029, 7036, 7037, 7057, 7075, 7080, 7082, 7089, 7115, 7127, 7134, 7141, 7154, 7158, 7162, 7215, 7230, 7240, 7271, 7277, up to 7325.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. 7328 sound like a good number to start with? All right. what it is. 7351, 7364, 7366, 7369, 7429, 7446, 7452, 7457, 7462, 7464, 7472, 7479, and 80. 81. 7492, 7499, 7516, 7518, 7522, 7531, 7539, 7541, 7597, 7623, 7637, 7653, 7656. Then 76, 78, 76, 89, 7700, 7701, 7747, 7772, and 73, 7782, and 84, and 85, and 86, 7791, and 92, 7800. 7812, 7847, 7856, 7863, 7865, and 7889. Seven, 8, 9, 1. 7923. 7928, 7930, 7935, 7945, 7957, 7972, 7987, 7997, 8009, 8011. Which one?
8009.
Alright, so I checked 7945, thank you. And Richard checked 8009.
Yes.
Uh, 8011, 8014, 8031, 32, 8048, 8051, 8054, 8089, 8096, 8108, 8115, 8142.
Back up. One, the last one was 8108. There should be one after it.
Like 8112.
That would be it.
Good to know that I have an alert for it. Very helpful. 8115, 8142, 8145, 8151, 8 and 52, and 53, and 54. 8156, 8161, and 62, and 62. Then 8177, 8179, 8226, 8230, 8238, 8244, 8270, 8280, 8298, 8304, 8323, 8325, 8337, and 8365, and 60. One more look at that. next one. What it is 8371. And it's fine. 8392. 93. 8417. 8439. 8449. 8481. 8486. 8488. 8490. 8496. 8499. 8500. 8521. 8528. 8534. And 35. And 37. And 39. 8547. And 48. 8556. 8559. 8571. 8575. 8577. 8609. And 10. And 11. 8641. 8647. 8677. 86. 86. And 87. And 88. 8718. 8743. 8752. 8761. 8794. 8800. And 01. And 02. And 03. 8810. And 11. And 12. 8817. 8834. Thank you. 8839. 8844. 8856. 8862. 8882. 8900. 8902. 8928. 8931. 8944. 8948. 8971. 8974. 8976. 8980. 8982. 8990. 8995. 9002. 907. 08. 09. 9013. 9015. 9046. And 9048. 9052. 9056. 9063. 9082. 9085. 9088. 9108. 9132. 9137. 9140. 9146. 9149. 9157. 9174. 9179. 9185. 9196. 9211. 9221. 9224. 9230. 9237. All right. 9238 and 39. 9246. 9252. 9257. And 58. 9261. 9265. 9271. 9274. 9288. 89. 92, 94. 96 and 97 and 98, 9302, 9304, 9311, 9316, 9318, and 19, 9322, 9330, 9334, 9349, 9377, 9379, and 80, 9383, 9408. 9426, 9438, 9461, 9470, 9480, 9483, 9485, 9487,
94, 91, 94, 97, 95, 06, 95, 15, 95, 24, 95, 34, and 35. 95, 45, 95, 60. All right. And 61. 95, 64, 95, 66, 95, 68, 95, 70, 95, 85, 96, 12, 96, 13, 96, 14. Did I miss 96, 39? Yep. Okay, we have
You
that.
did, you said 9613, and we don't have the 9613.
You're right. All right, just to be clear, I said 96, 12, and then it should be 96, 39 and 96, 40. Sorry for that. 96, 55, 96, 69, 97, 02, and 03, 97, 15, 97, 19, 97, 20, 97, 39, and 40. 97, 48, 97, 53, 97, 60, 97, 76, 97, 86, 97, 90, 97, 93, and 94. 98, 04, 98, 13, 98, 15, 98, 22, 98, 35, 98, 38, 98, 53, 98, 76, 98, 85, 98, 87, 98, 88. Sorry. 90, 98, 98. I said 88.
You did.
Got it. 9907, 9912, 9925, 9928, 9939, 9958, 9962, 9964, and 65, 9974, and 9985.
I think we're gonna go back here after this next one to 10,000.
That's correct, yes.
So, be on the
Okay,
lookout.
so stop me when we get there.
We'll have to find our place.
Okay, 9987, and now we are at 10,002. That's 10002. And 03.
So all the way back to the first page.
Page 2.
Go to page 2.
Welcome back to the bell. All right. So we're 10,002, 03, 10,011, 12, 10,015, 10,019, 10,024, 10,033, 10,063, 10,102, 10,107, 10,109, 10,113, 10,117, 10,121, 10,123, and 24. 10,127, and 28, 10,146, 10,148, 10,152, 10,168, 10,206, 10,212, 10,214, 10,223, 10,238, 10,240. There was a 10,232 in here too.
There it is.
All right.
We saw it.
Well, now I do too. All right, so then it was 10,238, 10,240, 10,271, 10,273, 10,74, 10,75, 10,288, 10,290, 10,298, and 99. 10-303, 10-307, 10-312, 10-321, 10-324, 10-338, 10-39, 10-350, 10-51, 10-353, 10-356, 10-362, 10-63, 10-370, 10-372, 10-383, and 84, 10-388, 10-396, 10-410, and 11, 12, and 14, 10-426, 10-431, 10-456, 10-459, 10-464, 10-473, 10-482, 10-485, 10-494, 10-95, and 96, 10-498, 10-503, 10-509, 10-515, 10-530, 31, 10-539, 10-542, 10-557, 10-562, 10-565, 10-573, 10-575, and 76. I did that toward the civilian, so people may want to exercise their military habits. Yeah, we have others. That's that. Okay. Next one's 10-586, 10-597, 10-98, 10-602, 03, 04, 5, 10-612, 10-614, 15, 10-623, 24, 25, 10-656, 10-663, 10-673, 10-680, 81, 10-688, and 89, 10-691, 10-694, 10-709, and then 710, 712, 714, 715, 718, 10-721, 10-724, 26, 27, 10-745, 10-761, 10-770, 10-773, 10-775,
I'm looking at 10-586. Great.
As soon as it looked at 10-775. And then 10-776, and 70-77, 10-777, sorry, 10-779, 10-782, 10-785, 10-787, and 788, 789, 10-792, 10,800, 802, 809, 812, 818, 834, 846, 854, 857, 865, 872, 877, 886, 888, and 889, and 892, and 10,900. Ten 903, 906, 911, 916, 917, 921, 924, 945, 951, 53, 954, 5. 11-015. 016, 019, 014, 042, 047, 062, 66, 70, 77, 81, 86, 89, 97, and 11106. 107. 120, 122, 141, 143, 145, 158, 165, 167, 168, 175, 183, 192, 193, 11-204, 05, 06, 11-224, 11-233, 234, 235, 252, 253, 259, 260, 274, 280, 290, 297, 321, it's 11-321, 326, 332, 340, 347, 366, 376, 382, 11-413, 422, 428, 481, 483, 490, 496, 497, then 11-538, 588, then 11-660, 689, 11-730, 34, 750, 11-841, 842, 875, 884, 11-915, 11-921, 12-126, 12-202, 203. I believe that's what this is.
Thank you.
I don't think my percentage is quite as good as yours, but I think I miss a few more.
They all start running together at the boss.
And then the big number.
That's right, it's challenging numbers. 5 digits, Susan.
Had some challenging numbers.
So, Mrs. Clegg, would you like for us to, do we have anything that you'd like for us to do right now?
Do you know to recess for just 2 minutes?
I think that would be nice if we could have 10 minutes, would that be suitable? Alright, so this meeting will recess for 10 minutes.
And can you turn the recorder off so we don't have to listen to that 10 minutes? when we do it?
Absolutely. So it's, I think my clock says it's a little 2:10, so we will convene at 2:20.
Yeah.
I gotta unlock.
Alright.
Yeah.
That was very, very good preliminary.
Handy's out.
Excellent. Well, but it's all important stuff. that we need to follow.
Want me to get an envelope to put that in first, or?
What do we got, Richard?
I'll see what balance.
Well, this is just, these are the final, paperwork on that list. So do we all have to sign multiple copies of this one? We don't need to sign multiple copies of this one.
Carrie? No.
Well,
these are exception plans.
No, that's right.
My biggest was from this set. So here is Harry. My mom is, she Patty Harry. Patty. Is that Shirley? Did you ever know, my mama, she had, got yours, is yours, and Brenda.
Curious.
Was,
See all the
Everybody.
So what is that? Just $135.
No. It's,
She was so then we got.
I don't have anybody.
I need somebody else.
Okay.
You need someone to sit and watch her while she does it.
So you no problem there.
So the envelopes. Explain to me that because I'm curious. She knows the numbers. Everything else you can see. This is here. I think. There is concern about.
Oh, yes, we can. We can have somebody, she can't even.
There. Oh, that's just-
I will do that. All this. And I know that's a big statement.
They can remark, if that's okay. Because you're just looking at them like you did the other day with the pairs. That
Yeah, we
worked out
just need to
really
get
well.
our other team. Yeah. Team members. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I understand. Elizabeth.
Yes, ma'am.
Just more warnings, more warnings.
Hi, Rachel, we see you back there. I just had a reason.
Good to see you too. Thank you so much. Day at a time, Elizabeth.
I did see that the sun was out there. Right in front of the show. Cloudy, rain, But anyway. And it's up to the channel process for checking it out. They're checking every day to see if it's you're not giving high places to go back down. But I used to worry about have they on the but we have Well, once you set that precedent, that's what way we have to handle this thing. And I will tell the board, I got a realtor in the state reaching out to me. And I don't want to put anybody. Okay.
That was a quick 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I apologize, because I think that we run a couple of minutes over.
I had spilled this, I didn't realize the top was on it, so I had to put that on top of this. Then I realized it faded through the this, so what difference does it make? I'm wet.
So we are going to reconvene our meeting at 2:25 to give Richard an opportunity to find his chair.
This is sitting right there.
I'm not sure where he is.
And Carrie, you want to get the present for the board that I bought them? They're up here in the boxes.
Oh, yes.
This straightened.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Sue.
make them all go the same way.
That's what I can say.
Look at my table. Okay, it's trying to.
Oh, just all, we put all the W's up on file. Right in there now. All fill them.
Can I reconvene the meeting and just
You
let
may.
Richard join us? Since we
Yes,
do
you
have
may.
everyone else here. So we will reconvene with our board meeting.
Okay.
We have approved absentee ballots by mail. They have been reviewed and approved by our staff and the director. We've randomly checked ballots. And now I believe Mrs. Clendenin, we are ready to review ballots that have been recommended for disapproval, and there are none.
There's just ones there are a couple,
Okay, would you like
and
to
there's
talk to us
some
about
for
that?
guidance. And you're looking at the exception pages of the poll book. And you'll see on there Nancy, you'll see CIV 602. And her ballot was delivered by a friend. And I spoke to him and she had asked that he do that. So there's no evidence it was tampered with. So civilian CIV 602, the record will show for the next poll book, the official poll book, to add that in to be approved. Also, civilian 7594 was a long distance truck driver. And he asked that, a friend to bring that in. And he's out on the road, out of state, but we got up with him on his cell phone and he did ask his friend to bring that in. Once again, no evidence of tampering, all right?
Did you mean 10798? I think you said 794.
No.
7594,
The next one down.
Oh, I see.
7594.
Okay, my mistake.
It's one of those challenging.
Yes.
Maybe we'll talk about that.
Oh, I get it.
We had one CIV 8617 that we sent a cure to because of the witness printing a name as his signature. And in speaking with the voter, that is the normal signature of that witness. So we recommend that the cure was also attested to by the voter as being okay. So we recommend. So Craig, if you want to get these three and y'all, I would like for y'all looking, but anyway, they may.
So did you send a cure
We hit, yeah, in the early days,
and they sent it?
and they did send the cure back, and then,
You spoke to
no,
them?
No, I've spoken.
oh, she just spoke with them. Okay. Then we have CIV 10798, who is deceased. And so we have a removed record, so it won't let us. So we need to disapprove that. That is what we have done previously. It has not yet been tabulated. So this is our only disapproved today, is a deceased person.
Ms. Clendenin, have we gotten any insight on when the federal court will be telling us what to do with the,
No, Judge Osteen wanted longer to look at things, so.
yeah.
So 3 looked as if they were not tampered with and it was agreed that someone had presented them for us. And 1 is, of the 4 is deceased.
And we have another one that is deceased, but it's been put in the tabulator. And that's CIV 6125. And there is nothing we are to do, but it is eligible to be challenged. And I don't know how the board would like for me to handle it. In previous elections, I have actually contacted people about the ballot being able to be challenged and asked if they want to challenge it. I don't know whether we want to, but both parties know that if they want to come up with somebody to challenge it, they can do that. We all want a good, clean election, so I just don't know. Y'all give me the direction on what to do about it.
And is that person, they're deceased?
Yes. And then we have another one, CIV 4873, and it was put in the tabulator on the 6th of October. And in packing up stuff last week, the girls noticed there was something written on the ballot. And it's written spoiled across the top. She did not write spoiled at all on her envelope as she returned it. And so Angela, she had asked for another ballot, right? Because when I called her, she said, I thought I did what you asked me to do. I said, you still have that other ballot? She says, yes, ma'am. And so she indicated she might return it, or she may just go in person. But that is written spoiled by the voters, so we do, but that's something where at some point in time, we'll have to extract those numbers because they went in the tabulator. But y'all can take that ballot out and look, she wrote spoiled across the top. But she was instructed to write spoiled on the outside of the envelope and not to vote it, but. And yeah, I'm not sure it's been voted or not, I just looked at the top. But I spoke to her and she definitely knows that we're not counting that one if it's marked. So she will either go to the polls, and Angela, we need to get that changed today, right? Because when she copies her download for the computer going out, we don't want her showing as voting. So we do need to make sure that we say that's going to be disallowed or disapproved, to give her the opportunity to actually vote like she wants to.
So how would we do that?
Y'all just want, well, you're just gonna disapprove that number because of it being a spoiled ballot by the voter, even though you had earlier approved it. That's, once again, that's what I said last week about the beauty of it being retrievable. So we will disapprove it because, as I said, after y'all had already approved it in packing up, Angela noticed it had spoiled across the top.
Okay.
That just goes to show our workers are not looking at ballots, which is great. They're not supposed to.
So do you need a motion?
I do, please, ma'am.
Okay. So I move to disapprove civilian ballot 4873 due to the ballot being spoiled by the voter.
And Bill, did you second that?
Before I second,
Oh,
I
okay.
can look inside.
Yes, sir. You may look at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. You're saying at the top it says spoiled? Yes. I'm confused that she would have written spoiled and still sent it in.
No, that's what they're told to do, is to return the ballot. That's what happens on election day. If you spoil it, you can't get another ballot till you turn it in.
And I wanted to make sure, since you on the board, I guess you'd say the ballots are just like a checkbook. In other words, what she has printed, they all have to be accounted for at the end of the election if they're there's a pack of ballots we don't use, they have to be accounted for, so every ballot is accounted for, even the spoiled ballots.
And Craig, since you said that, right there is a log that we need to write that Bill spoiled one last week. And while y'all were reduplicating. Or duplicating, not redo, but just duplicating. But Craig is exactly right. We are to account for every ballot.
So this voter has told us she's gonna vote at the polls.
Or else go ahead and send it. She still has another one in her possession because we send it out.
But that's not, what we told them to do is if
Is to return, to write spoil on and return it. That's what we asked them to do.
What she was supposed
But
to
she
do.
signed it and we
I see.
didn't know it was for it.
Okay. I'll second.
Okay, so motion's been made and seconded to approve civilian ballot 4873. Because it was spoiled by the voter. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any nays? Motion passes unanimously to disapprove civilian ballot 4873.
So do y'all want to think about the deceased, what we do?
That's what I was thinking.
And the policy, it needs to be consistent now.
What has the board done in the past? Did we go ahead and process the ballot and then let the public challenge that? Or if we knew before it had been tabulated, did we?
As long as we know before it's been tabulated, y'all can disapprove it. But once it's been tabulated, it has to be challenged on election day by a certain time. I need to go back and get that email that they sent on challenge of absentees.
So one has been tabulated.
Yes.
And one is still,
Y'all are going to disapprove it today because it's not been read in.
That's the deceased.
That's the deceased lady, yes.
So it was my thought that someone from inside the precinct had to challenge that.
That's correct.
So, I just kind of feel like if it's already been processed, unless someone from that precinct challenges it, I'm willing to let the public challenge the ballot. That's just my.
Just let it follow the natural course. Okay.
But the one we have today, we can pull in.
Yeah,
So
but the one, Mr. Carl Gilpin, I can say that he's deceased.
Okay.
Once you're dead, it's public record.
Certain amount of paranoia.
Yes, I'm paranoid too, but anyway.
Does anybody have any thoughts on?
do we need to vote on any?
I would say I'll make a motion that, the ballot, do we have the number of it? I want to make sure I read the right one. Is it the 10-798? Is that what you have?
That is the one that we disapprove it.
Okay, then I'll make a motion that we disapprove civilian ballot 10-798 due to the person being deceased.
I'll second the motion. The motion's been made and seconded to remove civilian ballot 10798 due to the voter being deceased. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So the motion passes.
That's the way we'll use all the others that come in.
And you had previously also, Richard, so that you're consistent in that. That's good. And that's actually what the state has told us we must do.
All right, so we have approved 3 on here to go in. We have spoiled 1, and we have disapproved 1. Just trying to keep my numbers right.
I have a request on behalf of the board. I know the state has told us if, we were talking just a minute ago about the ones that come in with a deficiency, like the signature, and we're not to process those, right? Can you give the board a number today, just sometime before the end of the meeting, of how many we have that are, we're holding full process.
Craig, I think I put that in an email to one of my people of public records, and I haven't gone back to ask Angela. Do you know off the top of your head?
212. Okay, very good. 212.
And are all those where people did not, the witnesses did not sign? Because they
Different things. That what, we know what they are. They're in groups, but mostly they didn't either have a witness, they didn't sign. Is that right, Angela?
Or they left off the address.
Or the addresses in
And there's a few
deficient.
So I guess that's what the court, the main challenge was the lack of a witness signature, but I guess the court said hold everything
They
where
did,
there's a deficiency until further notice.
yeah.
Which would be nice to get that notice this week if we
I
can.
think. We'll see how we feel about it once we get it.
I would assume there'll be some pressure brought to bear to get that decision moving.
Would you pass that to Elizabeth, please? And that's yours, RWA. Yeah, and then this is Susan's, I think. And this is Bill's, I think.
For Christmas.
We have presents.
We do. Thank you.
And they're so small so that they would fit in that little spot on top. And you'll notice sometimes the voters go in there and initial. I had a little lady saying, am I supposed to do this top part with initial? She left us a message overnight. And the first day we had our phone tree, if you call, you can push for information about absentee, one top and all that. The first day we did it, you still had over 400 incoming calls that we had to answer in one day.
So what do I do with these that have collected over here?
We get instructions on how to use these things.
Should be a minute. Put it-
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you just.
Are we supposed to read these three in?
They are supposed to be up and now and be, well, the two returned unauthorized.
So then just set it down and just press it.
What about the one with the signature? Where it looked like you just printed the names of the guys that that's how it was.
And that one,
I
yes.
think not.
Yeah.
That was okay.
Keep your fingers from turning black.
I'm no good at the time.
Yeah, I attached the email that he had sent.
The three, you got three there?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Made in China.
Okay, Madam Chairman, those are my exceptions for the moment, okay?
Okay. So I think that we have taken care of the business of approving and disapproving those. What's next?
Your military and overseas.
Okay, let's do military and overseas ballots.
Anne Marie, they need military and overseas, please.
So these are ones that we stated at some point. I just finished it. I covered enough with this, so. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect.
These are all military, like they've already been duplicated.
Okay,
Or there's a smaller envelope that.
Okay.
Maybe real back.
okay. So,
And you should have separate sheets for those.
so I'm gonna divvy them up and then we can
So
check
you
them.
wanna check them off first?
Yeah, we need to check them off, Elizabeth.
Okay.
So you want me to call them? Or call them?
I think it would be great if you could do that for us. Great, thank you.
All right. Tell me when you're ready.
Ready?
We start with overseas or military.
Military.
Okay.
Military 41, 53, 65, 71, 76, 107, 114, 121, 126, 152, 153, 154, 157, 159, 162, 178, 180, 193, 202, 216, 221, 234, 246, 260, 267, 275, 276, 287, 297, 303, 321, 328, 329, 340, 343, 347, 356, 361, 364, 375, 379, 382, 407, 418, 423, 427, 438, 450, 454. There's several envelopes in there, it's going to be open too. You want to just split them?
Yeah, let's split them up and I'll open the
It's interesting. Females are- shows how the military is changing. Right.
And the only thing that's worrying me is
So this is a real balance.
I'm gonna help them with that. Would you pull me up?
Yes.
Are you living right, Annie? What? You must be living right, right? Mhm.
Yeah.
Ooh, almost got right in front of that can.
Back in the small. Email. Put it back in the envelope.
Okay, so our duplication team will take those two and reduplicate those. Those are military that you're duplicating. Okay, thank you, Adam.
You're welcome. And I'm holding up anything that can be seen.
We can do it, I just don't want to.
Am I holding up anything that can be seen when I'm doing my stuff? Okay, making sure.
Gary, do you know if the map team got back in?
No, I got that. They didn't mention it up front, so.
Angela, did you hear the good news? We got 38 cases of paper towels this morning.
But do they have perforations?
I said to Gary, we might have to order some pod to put them in, but anyway.
I know, he's having a hard time.
I thought I'd get that by
You can check me, not sleep well.
trying to be better about that. You guys are very vigilant. Which means
I have a discrepancy.
Angela,
Something's not right.
Make sure I agree with
Angela, would you come see what Susan's got?
this first one.
Wait, baby, would you, that's right, she duplicated, would you have to see what Susan's got? Thank you. Okay, thank you, huh?
Good catch.
Do we have a duplication team working right now? So I still have these civilian ballots that need to be duplicated. We'll just keep those separate until,
They're underneath that need.
Well, there'll be OVRs here.
They wouldn't run. the-
No, they're civilians, or whatever, heard about.
Oh,
but
y'all
we've
can
got
go
it
ahead and do
separated.
that.
so they're-
But they haven't been duplicated.
Did the board not want to do that?
Well, we could, it just, we kinda got started.
How many did she end up having? At one time today, we had a good number, but most of them came back as real ballots, right?
Uh-huh, yeah.
She only has 3 that she
Okay.
has to do right now.
Okay, that'd be great then, thank you.
But don't,
Yes. Good job, Richard.
Right on.
We just didn't use these.
Well, I had them say that y'all could stand, but then we decided not to stand, so I don't know whether we made that decision, so. That's your okay. I started out with a Coke, so you'll have it by that. Did it go okay? Did it go okay? You're sore?
They still live in yellow.
Do they,
They get down to Aberdeen to set up and across the street to set up.
do we know why these were duplicated?
So this is a cell ballot.
And you give them more responsibility.
Oh, we're handling our end of it, that's okay.
I actually gave me Rich just a few more. You're just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
So you don't have to get an ink pad with these, Mrs. Penderman?
She won't.
You don't have to get an ink pad for these? She had bought them in case we decided to initial everything. and we
Which we
decided
used
not
to have to do that. We had to initial on an envelope, so then we would have stamp.
Thousands of times.
But we agreed to do the summary sheet.
Just smile and say thank you.
Craig, how many ODRs would you like to read on?
Well, I don't know, we haven't checked the OBRs off yet.
It's 22.
Has she brought, I know they've got 22 on the list, but has she brought them to you? Okay.
I'm gonna get them,
Yeah, please.
So how do they work? Is it just, oh, like that, the crisis.
okay. Want to check off the OBRs?
Yes.
Okay, are we ready? Yes. All right. Overseas number 2, number 3, number 33, number 55.
Well, there's a 50.
Okay. Okay, out of order a little bit there. So we've got a 50, 69,
Well,
Is yours on 55?
And there's only some of these, so I do think if they're out of order, you can probably just call them out of order.
Just call them out of order.
Find them.
Okay, we'll check them off.
So let's start
Check
at,
them off and see what we got.
we'll just start back at the top. So you got 2, 3, 33, 55, 50, 69, 56, 64, 79, 81, 89, 106, 107, 123, 137, 178, 185, 187, 189, 190, 199, 200. Is that it?
That's it.
How many is
We had a discrepancy here. Where do I take it, discrepancy, Linda? Discrepancy. Where do I take it? Up there?
No, just, Carrie, would you take that to the duplicating team, please?
Should we, did you finish everybody? That's the one.
Yes.
Okay. Those are gonna do it.
Got equalized today.
She catches everything.
Oh, yeah.
Must be all that fine print that everyone's.
Well, maybe the big folks. I get $23 a meeting. What are you talking about?
Carrie, you've got another one's gotta be remarked.
I get 25.
It doesn't need to be
Because you're a lawyer, I'm
It's
not.
missing one.
Okay,
Good, good.
so it's not gonna be as full, okay.
They just missed one.
Marking one. I don't have my license anymore. I resigned. Put it in. Put it in, oddballs. You could get it back, but I don't see the point. Too much education to do. Okay.
Do we have new people in there or something? That's most unusual. So Mrs. Clinton, and I did get an email about some board training online, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody else did. Training,
Yes.
You want me to complete it as they
it's not a
say?
hoax.
We do need to fill out that spoor log.
I don't, you haven't gotten something?
Perhaps this morning,
For
actually.
voter, you want me to just write the number that's on there?
I got something this morning.
That would be okay.
It wasn't geared to.
It's from the state board, and you know,
Didn't see
we
it.
probably did the other training session.
Oh, be careful.
First day with new feet, Carrie?
Yes.
Number.
And you can split them up. Susan gets it up there.
These were the ones that they were, I didn't want.
Okay.
I didn't want to say. These were the ones that did not go through the machine that plays the billion. And then the ones that there was exactly.
Okay, so all we're doing is looking,
Yes.
and we get two, and Elizabeth gets one. They were just duplicated.
Yes, if it was the billion one,
Does it matter if I put them in?
no, as long as they're okay, yeah. we can put it in there. Right? Are they all duplicated? I think they are. These are the ones we've already done. Okay.
So after we check these two, do I give them to him to check? Yep. Or do we, or just one person?
Still by
Supposed to
partisan.
be a bipartisan team to look at it. Now, Annie, how about a bucket?
Should we, are these separate objectives?
And I have some overseas. You want me
And
to?
that's okay, 'cause we're so.
I want to look at these two. You go look at these two.
So, okay, so I started with these.
So my other question is, these are overseas. Okay. This is not. And then I'm getting overseas from over here. So do you want me to keep all these?
Original, right?
Right. Yeah. Do you want me to, but I just got another one. So you want me to keep this pile and keep overseas?
That, she did.
She did, but I still think I could give her this, you know, in that one.
Yeah, but I need to check it, because
No, that's one that just.
this one, she-
This is different.
this way, so Richard's looking for it.
Okay. And this is another OBR. Okay. Okay, so now, I think we're done with this. OBRs.
And we'll come and check by the whole party. By the parties.
Did you check this one? Or you went now?
I have two that you have. And Elizabeth did one that she's got. That's the one you did?
Yeah, but they're one of this. You got confused with the other one. Wait, this is an OBR.
Where did you get that?
This is an OBR, I think I would, you gave.
I gave you one too.
Sure. It just says duplicate on it, that we duplicate all of the receipts.
Now we're getting some, or these are overseas, some of them are military, and a couple of them. Yeah. So you just want to- You look at
Yes,
this one?
we just need to run the duplicate one separate from ones that are not duplicate.
Three five. Maybe four.
And they're not duplicating anything else right now, right?
And then this is the real.
Those last two, check.
$29.
Is that right?
Got any more? Our final number is what?
62.29.
Do you want me to mark that on our sheet?
Yes, on the log.
Do you have any recollection how that would compare after three absentee sessions in the last presidential election? Hard to remember. I suppose.
No comparison.
Obviously, we have
whatsoever.
We've never gotten that many.
Never.
How many would you have gotten in a previous election?
Maybe,
What, you want me to 3,000?
No.
I think it's 16, it's like 2,700. something like that.
total.
the last time we had a large number was before we started the early voting being allowed in North Carolina, which was 10 years, 20 years ago.
What?
Oh, they're right.
Yeah, right. Oh, okay.
You see, if we hadn't bought those, we'd have been looking for it.
That's right. Boy, we see them again.
I just never heard us get it.
Great job, ladies. Good job.
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we processed 1,139 ballots today.
That's exactly right, Elizabeth.
Excellent. Good job, team. The best helpers in the world. Really, really grateful. Okay, so, we are finished looking at ballots this afternoon, duplicated, we counted, and we are ready to move to the next item on our agenda, which is observer list submitted by the party chairs. I would like to remind the party chairs that this list needs to be signed, and they need to get their list in. Mrs. Clendenin, can you give us an update on observer list?
Yes, there was evidently some misunderstandings, and I did not know that there wasn't a clear understanding. But Mr. Beto says that if officers are allowed, he'll have a full complement, and he had already given me those names. And political officers are allowed. On the statewide first list, they had actually put a judicial candidate on there. So I called the state, and it has been taken off. So Steve Bobby cannot serve. And I don't know that I should reach out to him or not, or whether I'll just get Mr. Beto to reach out to him. As a candidate, he can't observe. but the officers of the party, so we're good. Basically, I'm waiting on a signature from Maurice, but other than that, we're good on observers. And please remember that the observers list is 10 days before they serve, so that's a moving for the next 17 days once we get to one stop. If they need to add somebody, either party could add somebody that they needed to, so. And Mr. Beto indicated his list was both for early voting and election day, so that's okay. Madam Chair, that's it.
So this is a reminder that these are poll observers who will be inside the voting enclosure.
That is correct.
Okay, so you have to be registered with party chairs. And
Yes.
people have to know who you are. Okay, excellent. Well, how about our match team members? This is our multi-partisan assistance teams that go into hospitals and confined.
We have had 3 more names added, and they have gone through the training, so they just, as a formality, need to be recommended by one of the members of the board. Pam Gardy is a former nursing instructor at Sand Hills, and she is very, very, very good. And she read in the paper that we were needing that, and she said, Glenda, I'm perfectly comfortable doing that, so we're glad to have Pam. And Ken Fitzgerald actually is someone that I know, and he visits in nursing homes and prisons. And so he would be a wonderful one to have also. He's unaffiliated, so one of the board members need to recommend him, but Ken's a great person. And the Anna Stevens, I don't know Anna, but she's been very interested in making sure that she could help in some sort of way.
And how many other MAT team members do we have already working?
Well, we have very few Republicans because most of them have been officers and we had to disallow them. Annie, how many teams have we got?
I'm gonna say we only have 3 teams.
3 teams.
3 teams of 2 or 3 teams of 2?
So with this, we'll get us up to 4 or 5. Right?
And do we know what the status is? Nursing homes are still individual lives or whether they're open? I know there's an outbreak, I think, of clinic now, correct? So is that just a moving target or?
It is.
It is. And today we sent a team to Quail Haven. And I talked to the director that per the DHHS order, they had to be brought outside, that our team members are not going inside no matter what. No.
Well, so I thought that there was lists though, and that.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
they
we-
don't have to be outside though. I mean, it was just preferred. Or
Well,
is
I
there
think
new direction?
They've got several on lockdown out there. And we've actually worked with Quail Haven with some individuals that said that their mother wasn't going to get to vote. And they are making private appointments with the families now and letting the family go in on appointment. And that's better than sending our folks in.
I
So,
agree.
Yeah.
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 So
So-
they have family to do that.
yes.
I think Pine Lake has had some cases or currently have cases. I don't know about the Greens. Yeah. I think.
Phoenix has, but we've got Phoenix done. They were done last week, so.
So they're actually have, their ballots are being mailed, if not they were already mailed, so they should be receiving their ballots. And we would kind of have a team go there to remark if needed.
So we have 3 teams of 2 now, and then we have this potential, another
it's
team could be team 4.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think 4 teams are better than 3.
I think it's 3.
Crockett
And King went today.
Kent went today.
This Anna Stevens, is her, do you happen to know, and you don't have to know, but it would help me if I could figure out who she is. Is her husband a retired minister?
I have no idea, Susan.
So I know in Anna Stevens that her husband was a minister. I was just trying to see if this was her husband.
Do you know where they live?
I don't have a clue.
this Anna, lives on Juniper Creek Boulevard, and she's my age, or near there.
Do we have records of what her husband's name is? I mean, if it's Archie
Yes.
Stevens.
We could get that looked up.
And if
She
it's-
was born in Texas.
Deanna Stevens on there speaks Spanish fluently, and it's just really good at volunteering, and I don't know that that's the biggest issue.
Born in Texas, I think.
He may be.
Gary, can you look and tell me what this woman's husband's name is?
Okay, so I was incorrect. We had 2 teams. I apologize. 2 teams and then the addition of this possible third one. I'm sorry.
We really need some more Republicans.
We've had quite a few on both sides back out. Well, on the Republican side because they were precinct chairs or officers, and on the Democratic side,
Age.
they said they want to Archie.
Archie,
Yes, all right, this is who I'm thinking of, and she speaks Spanish fluently, and she's a great volunteer, so.
That's what she told me on the phone. She volunteers all the time.
so
So would
Ms.
like to make a
Adams, would
motion?
you like to recommend her?
Sure.
Okay,
I make a motion that we accept Anna Stevens.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to accept Hannah Stevens as a MAT team member. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously to accept Hannah Stevens. A motion to accept Pam Garty for a MAT team member.
she's a former nurse instructor.
Is there a second?
You vouched for her, right? You know her.
Yes,
You need a motion, I guess, as long as you
oh, yes.
vouch for her, I'll make the motion to accept her. As a MAT member.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to accept Pam Garty. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The motion passes unanimously to accept Pam Garty.
You say you know Mr. Fitzgerald also?
Yes.
So I'll make a motion that we accept Ken Fitzgerald.
Seconded. Motion's been made and seconded to accept Ken Fitzgerald for a MAT team member. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. We will accept Ken Fitzgerald as a MAT team member.
Thank you, thank you. thank
You're
you.
welcome. So we had 2 other just people or teams?
No, teams. And then we've got some singles that we can actually now put
Okay,
with Mr. Fitzgerald, so that's good. Very good, thank you.
all right. So we may have gone from 2 teams to maybe possibly 4.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. That's excellent. Thank you, guys. Mrs. Clinton, do you have any other business to come before the board this afternoon?
I do want to just briefly mention the One Stop. Madam Chair, would you like for there to be a member at the One Stops when they open Thursday morning?
I think that would be great. I would love to do that.
Would you mind going to Bass?
No, I'd love to do that.
Bill, would you mind doing Aberdeen?
It's fine.
You mind doing Pineborough? Okay,
What time? Will that be?
8 o'clock, before 8 o'clock. And
Now,
Susan, would you do Carthage? Right across the street.
I think so, I can find it.
You think you can? Now, the Ag Center has a generator. Should we lose power? We were reminded during our kickoff yesterday about having your backups for emergencies.
mhm.
We will, we will print out an 8,000-page roster every morning in case somebody goes down, that we can deploy that roster to that location. There's no sense in printing 4 of those, I don't think. And they can then just manually write in the names and keep processing. We have put emergency services on notices should we have a loss of power, that they can deploy a portable generator immediately. Now, the tabulator, we'll just put in the emergency tray any ballots to be tabulated at a later time. The computers will run how long, Angela?
I'm not sure. And the M100 was running for a while on battery backup.
It's got a battery, but the computers have battery back, and so does the M100. So they will run for a while. But we'll make sure that everybody's on notice. When we visited Pinehurst, I was real surprised they didn't put a generator at that location on that new building, but anyway. And I don't think Aberdeen had one, right, Angela?
I'm not sure about it.
Okay. I know Vass didn't because we asked. But we will get everybody on notice to have their generators. And the one across the street is checked every week. I hear it every Monday morning running, so I know the Ag Center is covered for that. But I can't see you printing out 8,000 pages for 4 locations every morning. Just, I love my trees a little more than that, so. But we are thinking about these emergency things and making sure that we know. And I'm gonna try to do a call with everybody tomorrow afternoon, Angela, let them call in on the conference call, your site managers, and just talk about, just reminders, since we can't be in all locations starting off. It was nice when we were able to stagger the opening, wasn't it? We could be there and have a little more control. We do have the signs about curbside. We, just like when you come in on Pinehurst Avenue, you see Moore County Board of Election with some arrows. We've got one-stop voting with some arrow signs to be put out on the major highway going into each location. I have spoken with the Aberdeen police personally about the traffic, and Elizabeth, he's gonna be watching out that. And so that's the main thing that I can think of. Do y'all have any questions?
Not having done that before, what are our responsibilities when we get there?
They're gonna start a zero take, just like you did, and you'll sign on one of the lines as observing that it was all zeros. So that's all you're gonna do. And
So-
you'll check that the counter says zero.
So, we're not expected to be there for the entire day or anything like that?
No, just for a
Okay.
little while.
Do we have to be there when the poll closes too, for the same reason?
Not for this first couple of days. I would like for y'all to go at some point in time and be there at closing and see, just like you have seen today, all these ballots being sorted. They'll be sorting all the ballots. Somebody will have gone through all the applications to make sure that the voter signed and that the official signed. And so, Bill, you're gonna be in shock when you come in here next Tuesday. You're gonna have many pages of names and numbers that we don't touch because they've all been done at one stop. And so therefore, there's assumed approved. So
It's a lot of them.
it just happens, right, y'all?
But it'll take a long time to probably process all those, at least to tabulate them.
They won't tabulate, they'll turn off just like we do every night. It will never be tabulated and announced. But all the ballots have to come back in here every night.
Oh, okay.
So, but what takes time is for them to reconcile, they have a sheet they have to balance. And they'll come back in and we've got to check and make sure the number of ballots that weren't used came back in. We'll decide if they need more of one of the 3 styles.
So we're gonna be checking off all of the
So
numbers.
they'll do that, but I'd like to give them a day or 2 to kind of get that under their belt. Now Angela's gonna try to be in one place, but she can't be in every place. I'm gonna try to go to one place also, and if somebody needs something, closing, yeah, they'll just let us know.
So which board member's going to Aberdeen?
Said me.
Bill,
Is that you? I thought you were going to Pinehurst.
no, Rich is going to Pinehurst. Craig gets to forego it this time, unless you just
That's
wanna go
okay, he's
somewhere.
been reading out a lot of names. Okay. So that sounds good.
Does that sound okay to
Sounds
everybody?
good to me.
And we, at what time?
They open at 8, so a little before, I get there about 4:45 with you, Angel.
That's a piece of cake. It used to be 6:30.
So, who will be the officials we talk
Chief
to?
Judge.
The chief judge?
Uh-huh.
Well, is there called site managers and yours is Lori?
Staples, and I don't know if she'll be there that morning because she's gonna be having to close. So she has to go all the way to 8:30 at night, so Lee Bozick will start off in the morning. Terry will be out there to get her going.
Okay,
Annie will take care of
So you-
Pinehurst.
so you'll be there first thing in the morning too? Good, so that'll, I'm just saying that they don't know me from Adam.
Right, and Michelle's gonna help us too, and my goal is to be here before 7 every morning for the next 17 days. In case there is an emergency or an issue that I need to dispense somebody, so that's my goal. Angela's gonna go fast, I think, and get them
We
started.
just asked for the site manager. when we get there.
Yes.
Is the site manager also the chief judge?
In the one stop, that's the same thing, Richard, yeah.
All right.
And then in the evening, the site manager will sign off, and then one of the workers that is a Democrat and one of the workers that's a Republican, they all have to sign off on the reconciliation. What
So
fun.
we're going to go for starting day and then we'll discuss, at our next absentee meeting when you'd like for us to go back to the closing. That'd be
Right, if that would be okay with y'all. I just think it's important that y'all see
Okay.
what has to happen after 7:30. And also, if anybody's in line, we keep on letting them vote at 7:30. We can't just say you're too late. If they're in line, they have to vote, so.
Does everybody have their little lines with their names on? Badges?
We can make y'all,
No, they don't normally at one stop, but what they do have is the blue vest. The site manager will have a red one on, the workers will have a blue one. They're a little different because it's so, you've got so many different working different shifts for that one.
I think maybe he was suggesting Bill might need the
Yeah, like-
name tag.
Yeah, Bill.
We gotta make it
No.
official.
Yeah, that's right.
Got the official.
Don't make out the name tag.
Yeah.
Because they never believe
Yeah,
it.
I have
I'll
plenty.
just send Richard with Annie, since she'll be there first thing in the morning, the first day, and I'll take Bill's with mine.
Perfect.
And I'll have yours, 'cause I'll be back.
Thank you.
Oh, she doesn't know.
I have one.
Maybe we should get
If
yellow.
I don't need a new one.
Maybe we can yellow this.
Okay, well, so does anybody have any further discussion this afternoon? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you guys very much.
We need to sign the stickers, Karen.
yeah, don't forget to sign your ballot labels.
You're right, I'll do that now.